Hello, welcome back to Three Beers and a Movie. We just watched Willow, a 1988 movie by Ron Howard. It is very D&D-esque.
Yeah.
So if you're not into that, wouldn't recommend this episode, but if you're into that, continue listening.
Where to start with this movie? This written or something produced by George Lucas? This is a Lucasfilm movie.
It was a Lucasfilm movie, and I'm not going to lie, this is the best movie we've watched by far.
Yes. Out of the two, Dream Scenario and Scooby-Doo, who knows which order we're releasing them in.
Could be spoiler alert for all I know.
Could be a spoiler alert. But this movie, oh my god, it has ups, it has downs, it has a Laura Dannon.
Fuck Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
I like Lord of the Rings, but it's like part of it to me, I don't know what it is, I just can't get through. But this movie it covers everything that movie covers, but somehow better to me. It's like that movie combined with Princess Bride.
Yes, so like the only thing that this is missing that Lord of the Rings has is a dragon. There's no dragon.
That's true.
And so like
it is much lower fantasy than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and I don't think this is Star Wars, even though there are Star Wars bits in it.
This came out after Star Wars came out, so I think George Lucas definitely was pulling from what he has already made. There is I'm the princess of the evil character, and I'm gonna fall in love with the roguish character.
Yeah.
But
it's done well.
It's done.
The love potion, the dust of broken hearts.
Dust of broken hearts does work pretty well.
So Val Kilmer, also known as probably the fifth best Batman at this point.
Yeah.
You didn't even know he was Batman.
I did not know he was Batman.
At the end of the movie, Ryan's like, so who was Batman? And I'm like, oh, it was Val Kilmer. I told him before the movie started. It's Mad
Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan. But he great in this movie.
Oh, he was one of the best characters.
Acted his ass off. See, I like when characters like get into the movie and they don't take themselves too seriously. Mm-hmm. Like when he's falling in love with her, oh my god! The look he gives,
he's speaking real poetry, and he is all over the place.
Oh my god! And then everyone just like, I think everybody in the scene besides him face palms. Like, just goes...
And this immediately followed by them escaping that prison camp, and he gets rolled up in like a snowball.
Yes. He turns into the geometric shape a cylinder.
He's like a giant sushi in Winter Wonderland, and it's
see, like that's the great thing about fantasy movies, like that know that hey, we aren't that serious. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, maybe we should have some fun with it. Like Princess Bride, I think has a good healthy medium between it and also Ella Enchanted, that like random movie that just exists.
But so this show or this movie is on Disney Plus, but I don't think it's a Disney movie.
It wasn't
originally a Disney movie.
Lucasfilm existed before Disney. That was the whole Star Wars purchase, mm-hmm. and they just got everything out.
Lucasfilm.
Yeah, and so I forget what else came out of this deal, but I mean Disney is now making Willow the TV series, which I saw before I watched this. And this is way better than the TV show. The TV show has Flash from the new Spider-Man in it.
Oh, jeez.
But he's like actually a good actor. Like
really?
Yeah, like I'm proud of him.
I mean, I know they did something similar with Dark Crystal, like the Dark Crystal show and the Dark Crystal movie. I haven't seen either, but like making the show based off of the movie, which I don't think is a bad idea, and I think this is honestly a great movie to do it off of because they leave it fairly open-ended that the princess Elena has to be the one to kill the queen, which they do like kind of kill the queen at the end of this movie.
I will get to that in my fun facts about this.
I think they leave it because I know you've seen the show. I think they leave it open-ended enough to where she could come back.
Yes, it's very in the show because it's been 2 years since it came out. It's like
it's been a while, yeah.
And like I remember the plot. I know Val Kilmer's character is missing, and the main girl, she's like the mom of one of the characters.
The daughter of the queen.
Oh, do you know who plays the daughter?
No.
The daughter of the daughter is played by the girl who was the flag smasher in Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She shows up, and it's crazy, and it's like, that's the daughter of Val Kilmer's character and this girl.
She was very good in that show.
Yeah.
That show gets so much hate, and I don't think it deserves it.
It was one of the better TV show. So, like, the big three when I think the original Disney Plus shows were WandaVision, Captain America, and the
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And then there was Loki. And
Yeah.
I would rank it Loki, Captain America, and WandaVision.
I don't think you can beat Loki. I was talking to my family the other day. I'm like, you could watch Loki with having no knowledge of the MCU and still enjoy the show.
Oh my god! Like season 2, some of the best TV like Disney has put out in a while.
It has to be the best TV they've put out in a while because they write such a good story and they separate it enough from the MCU where everything else is just so intertwined with it. Where it's like you have to watch everything to understand it. But with Loki, it's like if you watch Loki season 1 and you've maybe seen Avengers, you'll understand it.
Yeah.
And then you can watch Loki season 2 just off Loki season 1, and it's like, this makes sense. But everything else is like so like pulling from everything. It's like I don't need to know all this knowledge. Like not all these characters intertwined with each other. But
I mean, it's just that web of like having to like overproduce things. And like that was the good thing about like phases 1 through 3. You didn't have to overextend.
Mm-hmm.
And then like eventually you'll learn to like new characters and like learn through that way to get like I don't know, reacquainted with people.
Yeah.
In the like big battle movie. However, like with this new Marvel series, they just keep introducing new characters that we never met, and who knows, we'll ever meet again because Deadpool comes out in less than a month.
I think they're riding off their Endgame train where it's like, oh, people loved when there was a bunch of like team ups and whatever. Because like we like that because we got to know them first.
Yeah, you build up the character.
You got to build up the character first because like the entire like phase 1 was a bunch of individual movies with no crossover, and then you got Avengers, and it's like, whoa, this is huge. But like you're throwing in characters that don't need to be thrown in, and it's just too much.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't do it, and it like that's why the MCU, who knows, may stand the test of time. We're still awaiting, as I said, Deadpool 3. Who knows? Could be one of the greatest superhero movies ever.
I feel like that's really the test, though, is Deadpool.
Yeah, because I feel like because they're doing the whole TVA thing. They're doing like, hey, you're gonna save the MCU, and that's the whole like meme, like he's MCU Jesus.
Yeah.
And like, hopefully it all works out. But who knows? That this actually kind of plays into another one of my questions later.
Okay.
So it isn't Marvel, but it's more the DC because we do get the Batman. So that comes into play later. But
I mean, he's got to be a pretty old Batman because this movie, Willow, did come out in 1988, which I mean is fairly after Star Wars, which I think is why it has so much like Star Wars-esqueness to it from George Lucas. But it's still recently enough to where the practical effects are not bad at all.
No, it's like, what is it? When did Jurassic Park come out? Like 90s or 80s?
I'm pretty sure sometime 80s or early 90s maybe, but
because you can look at the effects there, and like they are one of the like first ever fully CGI characters. Besides like, what else? There's other things, but like Jurassic Park was the first time they used full like CGI. I may be mistaken, but it's one of the first times ever.
I'm pretty sure the only reason they're using like green screen in this movie is because of the brownies, who are like the small little people. Yeah. Other than that, like
they could have shot it all practically.
Yeah, almost every single location is practical. Almost every single effect is practical because you got these like
dogs chasing them the whole movie, but it's just dogs in costumes.
Well,
and it looks great.
One of the fun facts I saw when I was doing my fun facts list was that the Rottweilers were just in masks. Like, it's great.
Don't spoil it. I'll get the answer right.
No, that's not the one I picked.
Okay.
I picked two really good ones I'm proud of.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I made up. Who?
Rottweiler. The hike.
The hike. Oh my god. And then, what else happened in this movie? There was the pig scene, that transformation in live action.
That was really good, actually.
Oh my god.
So there's a scene where the queen casts "You're all pigs," which crazy spell, but
D&DS.
D&DS spell.
That would have to be. What is the highest spell level? 15.
High spell level's level 9.
Oh, level 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a level 9 spell.
But it's like everyone polymorphs into a pig.
Yeah.
You can't change it.
That's some item.
Literally everyone except for the main sorcerer and Willow, is the main character, turned into a pig. I don't know why they're immune to it, but
he should have been at least like Pinocchioing it.
Yeah.
Like,
but the main transition from their characters to pigs is really good, and it honestly reminded me. I can't fully say it reminded me of Werewolf in London, because there you got to see the full transformation and his fingers growing and his snout growing, whereas this you just got to see the in between shots. But still, even then, this is 1988, and the practical effects look fantastic.
Have you ever seen the Goosebumps TV show?
Mm-mm.
So they do a pig transformation. It's in the episode. So there was a point in Goosebumps where they ran out of books to adapt. So they were like, can the show kind of go beyond the books? And so they did this three-part trilogy, they called it.
Yeah.
And it was the first one in the trilogy, and it was a girl who was opened a lemonade stand, and she kept on overcharging people, and then she transformed into a pig because she was basically being a pig to get money. And that transformation, she has hooves, she's the actor is crazy, begging for her life because everyone's oh, bacon's really good with lemonade, and it's they're going to eat her,
God.
But Goosebumps is really good with their practical monsters, and it looks so much like the books, and I just miss practical effects.
People put too much into it now, whereas you could do it simpler and it will just look better. Not everything has to be CGI or green screen. You can. I don't know what's more money, because I haven't done a whole bunch of research on it. I don't know if green screen and CGI is more expensive or practical effects is more expensive. But I feel you could honestly get more out of practical effects. You can reuse those to the whole movie. You build it once and then you got it.
Yeah. I'm going to look up the Endgame budget, because that movie was mostly green screen. And
yeah, but then you see the behind the scenes. I'm this looks so lame. They have the entire blue room, and Spider-Man's in a black and white polka dot suit so that they can put his suit on him, and so is Iron Man. And I'm I feel it takes away not only from the moment when you're watching on screen, but from the actors. They can't see what the audience is supposed to see, and so I feel it diminishes their emotion during the scene because they don't feel they're actually in it.
Okay, I'm gonna have you guess a percent of what the budget of Willow was compared to Endgame. Think of all of the...
comparatively?
Yep, the practical effects.
I'd say Willow was 30% of the Endgame budget.
Think lower.
15%.
Lower.
Really? They saved that. I mean, because but it's also 1988, so you gotta do comparatively. But 5%.
It's 9%.
Really?
Almost 10. It was 9.8.
Yeah.
But so Willow was made for $35 million, and Endgame, I just looked up, was made for $356 million.
Yeah, but it's also 30 years before, 30, 40 years before.
Yeah. So but
even then, it's not inflating that much.
Yeah, I understand getting was that you have to sign Robert Downey Jr. For however many dollars he's worth. And,
excluding actors, I wonder how much it is.
yeah, but like Val Kilmer wasn't that small of a name during this. Like, I think he might have just played Batman. I don't remember the exact year. I think he played Batman in the 90s, so it would be a little before. But like Top Gun. Also,
Oh, he was this before he was Batman?
I think so.
Oh. Okay.
So, but
he still wasn't a small actor.
I don't think he was a small actor. And like, what is it? You're signing with Lucasfilm, so like, he's probably like, yeah, I'm probably going to get paid a lot for this. And so, like, it's just one of those things where, like, I was going to say fuck James Cameron because he kind of started this, but like, just let us have some practical effects. You can throw them in there. Like, I love seeing somebody get thrown in a table and it breaks, and it's like, that table was real. That table was, like, right in the scene.
I mean, this is a little bit after E.T., which E.T. was still Lucasfilm, but it still uses a lot of practical effects.
Was it Lucasfilm?
E.T. is Lucasfilm.
Wasn't that made by Spielberg?
You're so right, that is Spielberg.
I'm about to attack you on your film knowledge.
That is Spielberg.
I felt like a dog because
I do get those mixed up. But so Spielberg is also Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay, so those two movies I feel like are so huge on practical effects. Like you get those moments with the actors where they're like actually in the face of either the alien or the shark.
Yeah.
And you're like, you get those moments, and I think that is what we are missing now. Which you get in Willow. You get like, there's this whole scene with the trolls, and then they do have this giant Hydra, which I think is practical, but practical in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
They still made it. It's not fully CGI.
I think it might be stop motion.
You might be right about that.
But they might have like had a mold of it at least, because maybe I wouldn't want to say that Jim Henson did this, but maybe what is it, the Lights something, that production company for like puppets.
I know you're talking about this in the previous episode, but you and Jim Henson, man.
I love Jim Henson. It's so great. Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, the Muppets. Oh my god. It's a beautiful filmography.
It's something about what he does is just so like magical.
Also for newer people, Five Nights at Freddy's. Those
Yeah.
guys were created by Jim Henson.
That's crazy that Jim Henson is still like going like Muppets to Five Nights at Freddy's is a crazy transition.
Yeah, like
even Muppets to Labyrinth. One of my favorite movies.
Oh my god. And what is it? Like, it's so unbelievable to create these like practical things. Like, what was it when they did the raptors in Jurassic Park? Like,
yeah,
those are all practical for the most part until they like mold. So like, I enjoy when they do CGI, but do it to enhance the
practical. Yes,
make it better.
Yeah,
but like, don't fully just like, oh, this just looks 100%.
Don't just put a tennis ball in front of the actor and be like, pretend it's a raptor, and then later add it all in. That's literally what they did with. That's what they did with Dobby in the Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
he was a tennis ball and they added him in. Dobby is the easiest fucking puppet you could ever make. He's 2 feet tall.
He's literally a sock puppet.
He's a sock puppet. Give the actor something. Like,
speaking of Harry Potter, like the main actor in here, like that's how I know him.
Yeah, Warwick. He plays 2 roles in the Harry Potter series. He plays Professor Flitwick and he plays Griphook.
Yeah,
the Goblin.
And I mean, like, what makeup can do to like somebody and just make them totally.
That and Warwick is an insane actor because those two, like, I didn't know those two were played by the same like person for so long because they're like total opposite characters. But Warwick like brings them both to life so well, and he really does the same with Willow in this. Like I mean, his last name is Ulfgood, and
yeah, I love fantasy names. It's like it would be fun to see just like one good character named like Evil, like
Johnny Evil,
not Johnny Phoenix.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Oh my god, but like his performance in this is really good. I think he was 17 at the time.
He was 17 in this?
Yeah, I think he was very young when he did this. So, like, at the years, he was 40-something in Harry Potter. And so, like, I'm not sure, I might be speaking out of my ass. But,
Yeah, he was 18 in this movie.
yeah. And I mean, that's good money. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty good for going into Lucasfilm. And I think, what is it, George Lucas met him on one of the sets of Star Wars. And I don't know who exactly he probably
You said he
played.
was playing an Ewok, right?
Maybe an Ewok, maybe some other, like, person
Mm-hmm.
in the film. I wonder if that's in his filmography somewhere, what
Mm-hmm.
he was. But, I don't know, like people show up places somehow. Like, what is it? Bill Hader was the guy who dropped the pumpkin bomb on James Franco. Like,
What?
so Bill Hader, SNL alum, and Fear at Inside Out 1. What a filmography!
He's in it as well.
So he was a temp with Sony during the making of the first ever Spider-Man, and basically there's this scene on the balcony where a pumpkin bomb hits James Franco in the head. Sam Raimi was like, hey, Bill, go drop this pumpkin bomb on James Franco's head. And like years passed from this encounter, and Bill Hader was now at SNL, and James Franco came in to host. And Bill Hader was like, hey, do you remember me? And he's like, oh, you're the person that dropped the brick on my head. And I mean, like, it's just kind of funny to see where people end up.
That's
like,
a crazy beginning to Bill Hader.
yeah. And it's just, like, one of those things where you never know who, like, the temp is or, like,
Yeah.
who, like, is working with
Yeah.
you. Oh, what else happened in this movie? Oh, my God. There was the person who kept on getting turned into random things.
The sorceress.
Thank God she wasn't turned into that blob that turned into the Hydra.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
my God, I would...
Warwick's trying to polymorph this sorceress the whole time. She starts off as like an Australian possum, and then she turns into a crow. Which holy shit, she has the most clutch moment in the entire movie as the crow.
Oh my God.
And then she turns into a goat, then ostrich, then peacock, and then finally and then a tiger, and then a person. But as the crow, so they're all hiding in the basement with the baby, and the baby starts crying. And the sorceress, as the crow, flies in and starts imitating the baby cry. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the most insane 100 IQ play.
That's like a druid moment.
Yeah.
As you said, like, when we were watching it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's such a good, for D&D folks, that's such a good druid moment, is you just fly in as whatever animal and just imitate whatever you're trying to hide. It's like, oh, just the bird, I guess.
Like, D&D can explain so many movies so very well. You can tell when characters fail or succeed rules.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just, like, the storytelling of D&D.
Because you don't succeed in everything. And if you do, it's just boring. Like,
yeah, like, who wants a character to do, like, really good throughout?
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens to Willow at the very beginning. Like, he's in a contest to be an apprentice with the... Oh, I can't wait to talk about that wizard. That wizard dude.
Oh my god.
But he's about to be the apprentice of this one wizard, and he's like, choose which finger rules the world. And every guy, so the first finger chose the middle finger. And I'm like, yo, that's
what are you doing?
I think the next one was the pointer.
I think he chose the pointer.
Chose the pointer, and then it was Willow's turn, and he chose the ring finger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're married nowadays, chances are that was
rule the world.
That was a pretty good answer. But the wizard goes, "No apprentices this year," and leaves. And so then the dogs attack. The dogs in like mass. I wonder if they could breathe.
I don't think they covered their mouths. I think they did like a top to top.
Oh, like a
thumbs down.
top. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
But the dogs come, they kill the dog. They don't actually kill the dog, thank God. It's not like one of those snuff films. But the wizard then goes, is a meeting! And then they go to the town hall. There's chickens everywhere. There, all the Newell. What do they call it?
They're like Nell wax or something.
Yeah, wax. They're all in their their building, and they're everywhere. Like, oh my god, I can't wait for that fun fact. That is one of my fun facts, is the number of people that they hired for this movie. And so they're all in there, and he calls Willow up, who's holding the baby. We didn't even discuss the plot at all. So basically...
No, not at all.
Basically, they're trying to get this baby to a place in order to, like, keep her safe.
There's, like, a prophecy that a baby with a certain mark will be the one to take down the evil queen. So they have to protect the baby to bring him back to... Which, I don't know why they have to bring him back to the certain place. But, like, their goal is to protect the baby. And before even watching this movie, I read the description. I'm like... Is this just Ice Age? Like, you got
Yeah.
Sid, Manny, and Diego trying to protect the baby.
I think Sid is Val Kilmer's character, though.
You think Sid? It's gotta be Diego.
No, Manny is definitely Willow.
Manny's definitely Willow.
I would say Diego is probably the Crow.
Yeah, but what about the two short guys? The two very small guys?
No,
they gotta be Sid.
They're the otters from the...
Oh, the two possums.
The possums. Yeah, that's who those guys are.
So this movie's just Ice Age. If you've seen Ice Age, you'll love Willow.
Yeah, and like it's just Ice Age, different skin.
Yeah.
And so basically there's this wizard, and he's like, oh, you have to take the baby. And then everyone's like, who's gonna take this baby? And everyone's like, yo, Willow is the one who found this baby, so we have to move. Willow should be the one to do it. And so the wizard goes, okay, a reading from the bones.
I'll consult the bones.
And then drops the bones on the ground, and then whispers to Willow, the bones tell me nothing.
And then after that, he speaks up to everyone, and they're like, do we have any volunteers? And people step forward, it's like, the bones that speaketh. He's bullshitting the whole time. And then, like, once they finally get a party together to go on the journey, he's like, follow this bird. And he picks up a rock, and he throws it into the air, and it changes it to a bird. And it flies towards the village. And someone's like, that's going towards the village. He's like, ignore the bird. Go towards the river.
This guy, I don't know his name, but like I hope he was in other stuff.
Such a funny character.
What else did he do? Oh yeah, he gives Willow these walnut acorns.
Yeah.
That if he throws at something will turn them into stone. And I'm like, no way it really happens. And then it does. He turns it like a bridge into stone.
They're sitting in his pocket the whole time, and he's finally against these like trolls and this giant Hydra thing. And he drops one out of his pocket, and it lands on the bridge, and it turns one of the planks to stone. You're like, holy shit, it actually works. And then he's in the final fight with the evil queen, and he's like, throw the acorn! And he finally throws it, and she catches it, and you're like, but will it work? Because she caught it, and her hand starts to turn to stone. But then she just counteracts it, and I'm like,
I mean, it's pretty good to be like, hey, the first choice, the obvious choice,
yeah,
that we teased didn't work.
I do like how he beat her in a more creative way.
Yeah, and that was a callback to a scene earlier.
It was a callback to a scene earlier because they have this town festival, and Willow's doing this magic show, and he does like this fire trick, and then he does a disappearing pig trick, and he puts this blanket over the pig, and the pig disappears, but then it comes out from under the table, and then he does the scene at the end. He's like, I'll just send the baby you want to kill to the all good realm where it can't be harmed by evil. She's like, that doesn't exist. And he starts chanting this gibberish. And then the baby disappears.
I have to start doing that in so many campaigns.
It's such a good bluff. It's like,
please, Pat, make me do a charisma roll.
I don't know that spell, so
Then I guess you don't know what I'm casting. It's sending them to the all good realm.
It's such a good cop out.
Yeah.
But like, if you have what is Bullywogs doing the like that they could believe anything, it's just like wild because then the all good realm exists, and there's just like that's the best part about D&D. It's just crazy stuff. Like, oh my god, the storytelling.
I mean, you can just come up with whatever you want, and then like in a movie, I guess you do have to kind of follow plot, but in a game like D&D, you can just come up with whatever, and if like your DM is like okay with that, then it happens.
Yeah, like what is it? Chuckles the Clown on that one YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, they better not allow me to be Zoink the Clown ever.
Not Zoink.
The rogue clown. Oh my god. So I do have.
We can get into the questions now.
We can get into the questions now. Hopefully they spark more conversation. Hopefully we can keep this going.
Questions and fun facts. You
So-
have both as well?
I do.
All right.
I have 3 questions and I have 3 fun facts.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So 3 fun facts. One of these, if we're new, if this is our first episode that we drop,
Might be.
so we have, which will not appear in one of our episodes because we haven't created this bit yet.
Uh-huh.
But I have 3 supposedly real fun facts. One of them's not real, but 2 of them are.
Okay.
Ryan's job is to guess the one that I created. So we'll go with the first one. Number 1. Also, for the record, as of now, actually, I won't say the record.
We won't say the record.
Because who knows when this episode will get released. According to Warwick Davis, Willow, the film had the largest casting call for quote-unquote little people at the time. Between 225 and 240 actors were hired for this film. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Val Kilmer ad-libbed much of his dialogue in this movie. It was made up all by him. Number 3, Willow was actually supposed to be a 2-part movie, but with a flop of Howard the Duck in 1986, also made by George Lucas. The studio decided to shrink the 2-part movie into just the first part. The part 2 taking place 20 years after later after this movie, in which the TV show
So
takes
the part 2 would be the TV show?
Yep. It takes place in the future.
So I remember us bringing up Howard the Duck. We have a lot of Star Wars talks on this podcast, and I remember you bringing up Howard the Duck. So I think that one might be true. The other 2, I don't think Val Kilmer came up with his own lines. A lot of the lines he says, I think, are very funny, but getting what I was getting from him in this movie, I don't think he's that funny of a guy. So I'm gonna have to say that he was still going from a script. He was not making up his own lines.
So you're going with 2, Val Kilmer.
I'm going with 2. Val Kilmer did not come up with his own script.
Well, Ryan, you have lost once again.
It's impossible.
I'm really good at this.
It can't be true.
So now that I told you that you're wrong, which one do you think is true?
It's got to be the third one. No,
That's the one I made up.
you made the third one up.
Yeah, I made the third one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it.
That's pretty good.
I wrote that while watching the first 20 minutes of
See,
this
if
movie.
you hadn't thrown in the Howard the Duck fact, I would have believed it. Or I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, so what is it? Howard the Duck, very infamous for like George Lucas's first bad movie. Even though I think it's like pretty good on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah.
Not by the critics, but by the audience, because like the plot is very like.
Who cares about critic scores? It's really what the audience likes.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my.
Wow.
I feel pretty good at this.
Do you really come up with that many lines in this movie?
Yeah, he came up with a lot of his lines in the movie.
I mean, the only time I really see him like The two big scenes where he's like talking are the one where he's pretending to be a woman, and then when he's in the tent with the daughter of the queen, and he's like doing his poetry or whatever. Does he really come up with some of that?
He might have. I don't know exactly which, but like IMDb says that he ad-libbed a lot of his lines.
Wow.
So also, I hate to say it, but Val Kilmer in Tombstone when he plays Doc Holliday, one of the best performances ever.
He's in Tombstone?
Yes, he plays Doc Holliday, and Doc Holliday is like one of the best characters of all time. He's one of my D&D characters based off of Gunslinger. Basically, he's a drunk. Like he doesn't look good throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. And basically, one of the saddest lines he ever delivers was when so Doc Holliday inevitably dies of his like alcoholism, and he is not wearing shoe or his boots at the time, and he goes, "Weird, I always thought that I would die in my boots." Because like he was a gunslinger, he would go out and like duel people. Yeah, great movie. Would definitely recommend we watch that. Who knows? Maybe next week.
Could be. Who knows?
Who knows? Could be 2 episodes from now. Could be 1 episode from now.
Depends on the order of release.
Okay, so I think that was a good session.
No, those are good questions.
So question number 1. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one a very big plot point. So as we said before, Willow keeps on turning the one sorceress into different creatures. Mm-hmm. Which animal do you wish Willow would turn you into by mistake?
What?
This is basically a spirit animal question.
This is a spirit animal question. Okay, but I won't say this is a spirit animal question because I love otters. But like, if you're turned into an otter in this situation, is it in the context of this movie?
I mean, I'll put it in this movie. Like, if you were in this situation where you have to beat this like all-powerful sorceress queen. She's a queen, but she's not really a queen, if you know what I mean. You can't
go true spirit animal. Otherwise, I would choose otter. But if you're an otter in this situation, you're like basically useless. There's no water in this situation that you'd be helpful in. I think the most helpful she was in was the raven. Yeah. And I love crows and ravens, but like I can't just copy that. So I'll try and come up with something else. You got to go something like big that can help.
Maybe like a bison,
or like a rhino is like a rhino or elephant,
so you can knock out the door.
Yeah, something that can get into that army and like actually do damage or help, because they were so outnumbered, and it's crazy how outnumbered they were. But then Val Kilmer's character just like swoons the the captain of them. I'm like, does it kind of come out of nowhere a little bit? But you got like the broken heart.
I mean, Val Kilmer does put on the moves. You start saying,
"My God, he's attractive."
Yeah, as a man to
another man.
I think it's time. Did we say which beer we're drinking?
We did not. We're drinking Coors Light today.
Yeah, Coors from the Rocky Mountain. Yeah, Rocky Mountains. Mm-hmm. I believe they have a saying that's like, from the Rockies or something like that.
I know.
Who knows? It's a really rocky time to rock and roll.
There's no way that's the signature of Coors.
The drink that brings joy to your cores. Something like that.
Like drinking rocks.
Yeah.
It's not. It's actually pretty good.
I enjoy it.
We won't get to the ratings yet, 'cause that's at the end.
Yeah, that's at the end. But I think it was pretty good. It was definitely not a mistake. If Willow were to turn me into a Coors Light, I would definitely be happy. No, my rating is going to be so high for Coors Light.
It's much higher than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I gotta look at the other 2 ratings to make sure that
you can't look at the ratings.
I can't look at the ratings. I have to, because that's how I am going to be with Willow too. Like,
Willow's going to be.
I have to make sure it's higher than Dream Scenario, but I can't look at the Dream Scenario.
Can't look at the Dream Scenario.
I need to memorize these.
You rated Dream Scenario high.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I did 474. I know.
476.
476.
Yeah.
Oh, I did past John or future John. Why? God, I hate that we don't know the order.
Go listen to that. You're gonna listen to it yet, or it hasn't come out yet.
Spoiler! God, we didn't even give a spoiler warning.
Yeah, oh my god, they gotta know.
They gotta know.
It's the point of this.
Yeah, it's the first episode, potentially.
I think it might be.
I really enjoyed this episode. So, number 2. Oh my god, there's so many periods in the middle of this sentence because I typed it while multiple beers in. If you can make a dark fantasy 80s movie, what would it be?
What would it be about?
Yeah, what would the general...
I feel like you gotta go about some curse or something. One of the movies that I think we should watch at some point, not after this one, because I think it's too similar to this one, but it's Excalibur.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great movie because one of my favorite Disney animated movies is The Sword and the Stone, which is just Excalibur. But you gotta go something that's like famous like that. But like,
You could do. I think you could do such a great fantasy movie about Merlin's beard.
I gotta hear this.
And Merlin is just like a fraud. And maybe I'm basing this off of one of our friends' D&D characters. But he plays a wizard.
Pockets the poet.
Pockets the potent.
This fucking guy.
He plays a character who is pretending to be an old wizard. He's a young wizard, but he's pretending to be an old wizard. And his beard is totally fake. And I think you could do such a great movie off of Merlin being a fraud about, like, him putting on his beard, and that's the source of his magic or something, is Merlin's beard. And you name it something that's not that.
By Merlin's beard.
By Merlin's beard.
It's like crazy because, like, in Harry Potter, Merlin's like an actual person.
Yeah.
Like, and I just want to know what Merlin is in Harry Potter terms of,
but,
like,
because you got Voldemort, who I guess Voldemort wasn't a super high wizard or whatever. He just became powerful because of the way he was doing Horcruxes. But then Dumbledore's like renowned.
Yeah, like,
it's like he's got to be at least Dumbledore plus level.
I have to read the books to get like the power scale of
Yeah.
like what wizards like power are. Like,
I read the books when I was so young, I don't remember them well, but the movies, like, they don't bring Merlin up much.
so it's gotta be like, he's gotta be Dumbledore plus.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I think like my dream dark fantasy is very almost kids on bikes-esque. And you could do something like that where they're like they found treasure or something and like it
Like Goonies, Stranger Things,
yeah,
kind of, yeah.
but like more medieval, like stuff like that.
Kids on horses, perhaps.
Yeah, kids on horses. Yeah. So, what do you call, or why can't Horse Congress get anything passed? Because all they do is neigh. That one's a little political joke for you guys.
It's a little callback.
Nah, Horse Congress.
Congress.
Hey! No, that's Lego City. But, yeah, I think it would be like kids on bikes, something cursed item. Like, I mean, we had my D&D campaign where you guys were basically taken from your present time to this fantasy realm. Ooh, that werewolf tavern was...
Oh, it was so good.
I'm pretty proud of that werewolf tavern.
I can't believe you didn't keep running it.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we'll get back.
Yeah. Everybody had schedules. Everybody had their own thing.
Number one enemy of any D&D campaign is schedules.
The number one killer. That would be my dark fantasy villain, D&D schedules. Oh, can you meet Saturday? No, I can't. Sunday? No, sorry, I got church. Third and final question. Val Kilmer plays Batman. Who would you like to see play Batman in the new DC universe?
I don't know a whole lot about Batman, so I think my opinion on this answer is very ill-based.
Just pick generic white guy.
You gotta pick generic white guy.
And why is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
That's honestly not a bad. That's not a bad answer.
It's not bad.
That's not a bad answer.
Taylor Swift fans would hate it. I don't know the lore there, but
What?
I know they would riot.
So what? I can't answer Travis Kelce, can I?
Travis Kelce as Bane? Oh my god, they would be rooting for Bane so much. Yo, it's me, Travis Kelce as
Also,
Bane.
Sorry, Taylor Swift fans. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he's a good
He's
actor.
a very good actor.
What is it? Him and Brothers?
I haven't seen Brothers. That's on my list, but the movie I was thinking of is Prisoners.
I haven't seen that.
He's very good in Prisoners and Zodiac. He's
Zodiac,
very good
he's
in
very
Zodiac.
good. I haven't seen Donnie Darko, but I really want to go see that.
That one's very good as well. He's very young in that one, and I think the story of Donnie Darko is all over the place.
Yeah.
But then there's that, and then even Spider-Man: Far From Home. I knew Mysterio was a villain, but I'm watching this movie and I'm like, but Jake Gyllenhaal is so nice to Spider-Man. Why?
Yeah.
Why he's helping him? Like, he's got to be a hero. Like, I didn't know he had these powers.
He plays it off as such a good. And even if they don't do regular Batman, have him play the old Bruce Wayne and then do Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Please give us live action Batman Beyond. That's what we want.
They almost did animated Batman Beyond with the Spider-Verse animators, and then they canceled it. I'm like, why would you cancel that?
Oh my god! Was it COVID? Because that would be around that time.
Maybe.
And they could have probably not spared resources. But oh my god, some of the things that they're like, don't let me know that was gonna exist.
They did the artist did art for it and came up with 3 thumbnails for it, and people were like, "This is the coolest shit I've ever seen," because it was going to be Spider-Verse animation of Batman Beyond. And people were like, please release this. They're like, "Sorry, we canceled it." I'm like,
oh my god,
dude,
leave me alone. What is it? It's the old Tobey Maguire movie. It was supposed to be today, Carmine. It was supposed to be today. Oh my god, that meme, because it came out in May. What was it? Deadpool 3 was supposed to come out in May this year, and everyone was like, "Yeah, today's the day." It was supposed to be today, Carmine. Oh my god! But I really like this movie. I can't wait to give our ratings. Any other Batman suggestions?
I'm trying to think of
Chris Pratt.
Absolutely not Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt would destroy this role.
Depending on which episode this is released, this is our first time or second time or third time maybe talking about Chris Pratt.
I can't, because I don't want to I don't think, I'm trying to think of popular other actors that could do this dark role. I don't want to say Bill Skarsgård because I don't think he fits that.
Bill Skarsgård would make a better...
Which he's going to be in the new Nosferatu movie.
Yes.
You sent me that trailer. Holy shit.
That trailer looks so good.
Looks so good. Which, if you want to watch a Dracula movie, please watch the upcoming one and not...
Voyage of the Demeter.
Voyage of the Demeter. Oh!
Oh,
I wish we had done that as an episode, honestly.
It would have been so fun.
Because it's so bad.
Just fly the shore, Dracula.
It's so
you don't need this.
We would shit on that movie so hard, maybe we'll have to go back and watch it at some point so that we can talk about it.
Oh my god.
But it's really bad.
And I'm okay with you having a bad horror movie. I'm a firm believer if a movie entertains me for however much time.
But it wasn't even entertaining.
It was not. Everything was predictable and everything was stupid.
Yeah.
That movie would probably be the lowest I ever ranked a movie on here.
Yeah, I agree.
Besides, I'm not going to even speak its name. Suck me.
What?
The Evil Bong versus...
Oh
Ginger
my
Ginger.
god.
I wish I didn't have to say that to you.
What did we promise that at? 1,000 likes?
We never promised it yet. Why would you say that?
Sorry.
No.
At 1,000 likes, we'll watch Ginger Dead Man versus the Evil Bong.
Oh my god, that movie. Oh. There's just... I can't even talk about it here because there's a chance that we might have to do it.
We might have to do it.
People might start making fake YouTube accounts.
Probably a year from now.
Probably a year. Oh my god. If that comes...
I think we could watch it. So the first time... Actually, no, I'm not even going to talk about it because we might have to do it.
Yeah, we might have to talk about it again. Let's skip that.
Let's skip that.
But what is it? Random generic white actor. Who knows? Maybe Somebody else. John Boyega. That's what. Who's
Get Josh Hutcherson in there.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god! Thank God. What is it? If you're gonna do like an old Batman for Batman Beyond, maybe a Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
You're insane.
He could play Sirius, I believe.
No. Vince Vaughn can... I've never seen Vince Vaughn play serious.
Think him, and then think James Gunn the way he could direct people. Where you can have kind of funny comedic parts, but you can also have...
Yeah, but it's Batman.
But it's like... I don't... Just bring back Michael Keaton. Just fuck Flash the movie.
God, fuck Flash the movie.
I hate that movie with a when said friend said that it was a good movie walking out of it, I'm like, no way.
Blew my mind that he thought that was good.
I was like, oh my god, I can never take an opinion from you ever again.
Like you completely destroyed the villain Savitar. You completely destroyed the arc where Flash does Flashpoint. Save that. Please do something else for the first Flash movie. You just destroyed two of his best plot points immediately.
Like, what's wrong with doing an origin movie of the Flash?
Please get Grant Gustin in the role. I don't know if you've seen season 1 of the Flash on the CW.
Yeah,
some of the best TV I've ever watched.
I watched up to
Grant Gustin with a good script would destroy.
I watched up to in the Flash TV show Cicada.
That's where I watched it. That's like season 5, I think.
Yeah. Like when you have like Fake Wells.
Yeah.
Who's the good guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god, spoiler! But when he dies.
Yeah. That's like season 3 though. That's season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's some of the best TV ever.
They oh my god! If they had good script writers, that show would have killed.
Oh my god!
Because honestly, Arrow on the CW is good.
Yes.
Why could you have the same writers for the Flash? You have Iris say, "We are the Flash." It's like, no, you're not.
And I'm not even that big into DC Comics, but I'm 90% sure that's not in the comics at all.
I don't know either. But the Flash is he's got to be my favorite DC character. But they botch him so bad, and they almost not a pun here, but they speed run his character.
Yeah.
And it's you don't have to do that. You can take the Flash a little bit slower, but you get Reverse Flash in season 1, and if you're gonna watch good TV, watch season 1 of the Flash.
Who would you hire as the Flash for DC now?
Let me look up his name because I know.
Because I think Steve Harrington could do something good from Stranger Things. Think of
Lucas Till.
Who is he?
Lucas Till. I would hire Lucas Till. He plays MacGyver in the new MacGyver show. He is also in...
He looks familiar.
You know why he looks familiar? He is in the Taylor Swift You Belong With Me music video.
That's actually where I might know him.
Sorry to break that to you. He's also in Hannah Montana. He's in Spy Next Door. He's in X-Men First Class. He plays Havoc.
Yeah.
X-Men First Class.
Yeah, then I do know where he's from.
He is so good, and he would be such a good Barry Allen.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I could get behind that.
Yeah.
Another thing I saw for the Batman role was, do you know the guy in Reacher?
The new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him.
The big buff guy?
Yeah, they think that might
as
be
the
Batman.
Flash?
No, as Batman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he could be a good Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, dye his hair, I don't know, make him moody.
Darker, yeah.
Actually, don't make him moody. Make him a charismatic Batman. We already have a moody Batman with.
Yeah, we got Robert Pattinson going on.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a terrible Batman. Just more Bruce Wayne would be good.
Look, I watched the Batman almost 2 years ago, a year ago now. Yeah. I don't remember when it came out. And it was really good, but it was so long. And I get that you have to do that for that kind of movie, because you got a lot of Batman going on, a lot of detective work going on. And like you're saying, it's not a lot of Bruce Wayne going on.
Yeah.
And it was a very good movie, but I couldn't help but leave the movie theater like, do I want to go see another Batman movie?
So until that movie, the only Batman that we got has been in the DCU, the Dan Snyder
I didn't watch any of the Ben Affleck movies.
Like, this may be a tough take for this podcast, but I think my favorite one was Batman v Superman.
Still haven't seen that.
And I think solely because I really enjoy Jesse Eisenberg as a pompous, like, little brat.
Lex Luthor.
And, like, when he, like, kidnaps Martha, he goes, like, oh, it's... If God is all powerful, then he is not all good. And if he's all good, then he's not all powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a... Like, when he delivers the line on the helicopter pad, and, like, Superman's, like, crying, he's like, and then now God bends to my will. Oh, it's so good. And there's the whole, like, ending of The Flash, and George Clooney coming in as the new Batman. Who knows if that's what they want?
There's no way they go back to George Clooney, but because that's at the end of The Flash, and if they're continuing with that Flash, then I guess they are. But isn't James Gunn coming in and totally redoing the entire DCU?
Yeah, like, he's keeping his stuff, I believe. He's keeping Peacemaker, Suicide Squad.
Which I've heard great things about both of those.
Peacemaker's great.
I haven't seen Peacemaker, but Suicide Squad was fantastic.
Yes, everything.
The new one.
Yeah, everything was great. Like, so it has that almost Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's like,
it's different.
It's well done, and I feel like James Gunn doesn't really produce bad movies. I think he understands what the audience wants and understands that it's a comic book movie. Yeah. And not, like, superhero has to be the hero all the time. There's a comicness, there's jokeness to it. There's great, like, suits, it's colorful, it's everything that, like, you get from, like, childness. Yeah. And, like, I don't know. That we're getting really off of Allure Dan and Willow, but, like, there's just kind of like a storytelling element where you kind of have to be aware with what you are doing. And I think George Lucas does that well. Star Wars, he does that well in Willow, and James Gunn does it really well with Guardians. He knows when to be serious, when to be, like, kooky, and, like, he knows how to build a story over time. Like, at the very beginning, everybody can be funny, everybody can have their kind of trauma, but it's more hidden. Yeah. And then he reveals trauma more throughout his series.
Because it comes out through the character and through what story is happening, and not just like, oh, we're in a random point, I'm just going to throw this at you real quick. Yeah. It's like, it comes out naturally, and it comes out through the actual, like, story of what's going on, and you get these moments with, like, honestly, it's Star-Lord that gets me with James Gunn. In the second movie specifically, with Ego, because it's such Star-Lord's story, that you get this moment with Ego revealing that he put the cancer in Peter Quill's mom's, like, head, and you, like, get the realization through Peter Quill. It's like, I have all the power in the world right now in my hands, but I can kill you and lose that power. I'm going to kill you and lose that power. I don't care about the power. You killed my mom. Yeah. You get that, and then you get the Gamora as well. And honestly, it's in Infinity War, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, when she dies?
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for Infinity War. If you haven't seen Infinity War,
guys, if you listen to this podcast, we might spoil movies all over. Like, if you don't want to get random movies that are not in this, like, review spoiled, I don't want to say don't listen to us, but, like, please be wary of when we go, oh my god, this movie?
We're gonna say something about it.
Oh, we're gonna assume that you guys were diligent and watched the movie. But oh my god, it's crazy how we're already at 1 hour. But,
I know.
Like, So do you want to get like the reviews going?
I guess that puts us into beer and movie reviews at the end here. Yeah,
I'm editing my notes right now for this review, and I'm really happy for it, and I'm gonna write down my numbers. But
I think we got to do. What do we do? I think we got to do beer review first.
Yeah, I think beer review. What did we do the other 2 times?
Look, we got. I don't know if we switched the order, but we got a. I'm not because we can't reveal how much we've had.
Yeah,
we got a case of Coors Light.
Oh crap! I just wrote Coors. let me.
We've run out of Coors Light.
Oh my god! Yes, we have. It's like it goes down. Like,
it goes down, and you came back into the car with Coors Light, and I'm like, damn, I can drink Coors tonight.
Well, there's the story of me having to fight Noah's flood.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking lightning and like it's raining sideways. Like there was rain in my car when I just opened the door.
It's not even a hurricane season. It was basically a hurricane outside.
There's a little like retention pond, like a little. I wouldn't want to say sewer, but like the little stream right next to a road, and that thing was all the way up.
It was completely full.
It was almost on level with the parking lot.
There was a bursted pipe in the bottom of my garage.
Ooh, that would be a sick band name.
Bursted pipe
in the bottom of my garage.
Full sentence.
Yeah, full sentence.
But John comes in the car with a case of Coors Light. I'm like, shit, I could drink Coors Light because usually I have Coors. I'm not very happy, but Coors tonight hits.
Yo, it might. I'll be honest. Coors wasn't expecting to beat out certain Bushes, specifically 2 Bushes.
You're putting it higher than Bush. I'm putting it lower than Bush, but I'm putting it higher than Bush Peach.
Oh, I don't know if you know your ranking.
I don't think I know my rankings.
I don't think
I gotta slide it somewhere in there.
Oh, I don't know my rankings either. But like,
you want to start us off?
Oh, I might allow you. I'd probably allow you to do that.
Go first.
Yeah, switch up the order a little bit.
Okay.
See.
For my Coors Light ranking, I think I'm going to have to go with a 3.92. It's close. It's up there. But it's Coors. And there's something different enough about it to where I know I'm drinking beer right now, and it's beer. Of course, it's not great. But you're drinking, compared to Busch, I feel like I'm just drinking. But with Coors, I know I'm drinking beer. There's so many better beers out there. And that's why I have to put it not even out of 4 yet. But it's still pretty good. So I have to put it very high 3. I just can't put it to 4.
Okay, I respect that. I respect. I just saw my ratings. I had to look them up.
You looked them up?
I had to see the number.
Biased opinions.
Oh my god. I have inflated my numbers. I am the U.S. economy. Mm-hmm. Also, just a little side remark here. Ryan, when I went to the car today, was like, yo, how many times can we actually review beer? And I'm like, Ryan. It was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. There is a whole refrigerated section of cold beer.
Oh, the IPAs. We'll get there eventually.
And then look left. What is it? We're going to be probably 20 episodes in until we start having to get to lesser
duplicates, yeah.
And then not even duplicates.
Not even duplicates?
Not even duplicates. It's crazy how big that wall is. That wall is huge. By wall, I mean aisle.
Yeah.
And it's a good 20 feet.
Holy fuck.
Not even 20 feet, probably 30. Of just 5 shelves of just pure beer. We're not even done yet.
So many movies, so many episodes.
It's going to be season 7 when we actually run out of beer. Oh my god, we need to create the audio mark with. We do get a beer shout out in this movie where he just yelled. So one of the brownies.
We'll go back.
Yeah, one of the brownies in this movie. The brownies are the like little elves,
even smaller than the halflings. They're like fairy sized.
Yeah, and basically he just goes beer because he falls in like a beer trough.
It's like a tanker to like.
Yeah, we're gonna try to pull it up any second now, but in the meantime, I have to give my rating. Oh, do I bring my average down? I'm a lover of beer. I have to. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit us with the 4 point. I'm typing this in, and the numbers are foggy when I'm. It's only 3 beers in a podcast and a movie podcast.
And a movie. Don't forget about the movie.
Oh no, the name of the podcast that has yet to be released. 4 point. I'll say 11. 4.11.
Okay. I think that's the closest we've been so far.
Yeah, I really enjoy that number.
Yeah.
4.11. I haven't rated a beer below 4 yet.
You haven't.
Because I just love it too much. Wait, the IPAs are when we're going to start.
The IPA, that's when I get down to low 3s, maybe 2s.
3s, maybe 2s. Now, this movie...
Now about Willow.
Yeah.
Let's hear your opinions about Willow.
It's been so plot. Plot, I have to go... Is it original? Is it a hero's tale? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Does it entertain me? Does it do my usual...
100%.
This is my mindset when I go into a movie theater. Does this entertain me for the 2 hours that I am here at the very least? In this case, yes, it does. It will entertain
This is a 1988 movie. This is 2 hours long.
Yeah.
This is longer than most movies at that time.
Yeah, it was usually 130,
Yeah.
maybe 140
Yeah.
almost. I mean, how long is the generic Star Wars movie? That's like 130 as
It's
well.
got to be around. It's not very long. You can get through it pretty quick. But Willow.
Do you want to give your movie rating, or
Did you give your number?
I didn't give my number yet. I can give my number.
You should give your number. Let's hear your number.
Ooh. Oh. This one I can't inflate. No, we ride the wave. We're gonna go 4.77.
Mm-hmm.
I have to rate it above Dream Scenario.
0.01 higher than Dream Scenario.
I have to do it.
This is the curse you put yourself in, John.
I rated movies too high. I enjoy movies. I enjoy beer. Oh my god, kill me.
To me, this is so much better than any of the other movies we've watched. This, to me, is a 4.82.
8.2?
I gotta put it up there. This is so good. Willow is amazing.
It is 18 points from being a perfect movie.
It's 18 points for being a perfect movie. And I think one of the things that they missed on is there is this soldier on the bad side the entire
Thank
time.
God you brought that up.
I gotta bring it up before we finish this. There's this soldier on the bad side the entire movie who is wearing this like skull mask.
His name's Kale.
And he, not even like 3 minutes from being introduced, he takes his mask off. And I think if you keep that on the entire movie, you keep that on the entire movie, and then between Mad Mardigan and that Skull leader's character, you have a final fight between them, you have almost a perfect movie.
Yeah. Because that fight, oh my god, when he steps on the sword and like brings him in on it.
Yeah.
Crazy
It's
brutal.
such a good fight, and Mad Morgan hits the mask at one point and it cracks. And it's like, if you're using that as the face reveal instead of just him taking it off at some point
and talking to the bad lady.
It's like, you have such a better moment. And it's like, that. I think that brought it down just a little bit for me.
Rumor has it that's what George Lucas realized. Hey, we can't take the mask off Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
And then he comes back here and be like, let's take the mask off this time, and he loses points for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, George Lucas.
Sorry, but let's stop it now before we get into a 3-minute Star Wars rant. But like, all in all, I think it was a great movie. I think this is our highest rated movie yet.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I think we're pretty good. This has been 3 Beers in a Movie, the podcast.
It has been.
And see you next time.